But here in Sagada, they go beyond that.
To the grave.
Look, I'll wait for you forever.
Yeah.
That's the meaning of this. So there's
a
actually
missing
a reservation
reserved.
for the partner. So in the early 1900s, Reverend Father John Staunton brought the hospital, the church, and the school. That was in 1904. So way back in 1898, that was the Treaty of Paris. It was the time that the Spanish turned over the governance of the Philippines to the Americans. So they started developing Subic, then to Baguio, Camp John Hay. So if you notice, Baguio is all the streets are named after Americans, like Burnham Park, Malcolm Square. And the road coming here is the Halsema Highway. Going up to Sagada is the Staunton Road. So here we also have the bell. And this bell represents the Protestant church, because the church here is an influence of the Americans, so it's not a Catholic. So in the lowlands where the Spaniards live for almost 300 years, they are usually Catholics. But here in Sagada, they are more or less of a Protestant, or what they call the Anglicans, from the root word Anglo-Saxons, from the native of England and Wales. So before the coming of Americans, we have here a replica of the Amlangan, or what we call the Dapay. The Dapay is the
Gathering.
law-making body of Sagada, where they settle in conflicts, or they make policies for the cultural practices.
Yeah, it's where the elders gather to talk about policies, meetings, important people, like what you've seen in Tamawan village.
So the difference of this bell was brought by the Americans. The bell of Balangega, they took it as a war trophy. You know the bell of Balangega in Leyte, wherein the Americans massacred the whole village and took the bell as a war trophy. But here in Sagada, they brought that bell 1921.
That's a trophy.
No, to serve the people. Actually, as they say, they came here to educate and Christianize the people. On the other hand, they came here to exploit our natural resources.
That is true.
We also have this wheel. This is a wheel to run the turbine or the mini hydro. It's a pair of wheels. So in between these are panel boards for the water to run and turn the engine. So it serves to run the sawmill before. That was used to make the church buildings, the dormitory and the school. So actually it's made up of steel.
Still very old.
So this is the church. It's almost the same with the Catholic. They have three persons in one God, so they have the sign of the cross. The only difference is the hierarchy. The head here is up to the bishops, to the Catholic it's up to the Pope. And for them, for the Protestant, they do not have the vow of celibacy. So actually the priest could marry. But to the Catholic, the priests they do not marry. So before the coming of the church, more or less the people here are pagan, or what they believe in animism. In animism belief, every living thing has a soul, and when you die, you will become a spirit.
Yes.
And they believe that the spirit is still roaming around with the living. That's why the reason they are putting the dead on the caves. So all the caves here in Sagada serves to be the burial areas before the coming of this church. You won't be buried 6 feet under the ground because they believe that your spirit cannot
spirit,
come
yeah.
out of from your body.
Ah, sí. Tama na. 10 pesos sa isa mo, no? Ayo, si next week ani garo.
Isang. Manyo.
Pasyar.
So in here we'll be passing through the Christian cemetery. It's another influence of the Americans.
I don't
These
know
are
what's this used
actually
for.
the Station of the Cross. So from the church going to the Calvary.
Yeah,
I think
that's
this is the 5th station.
so it's very old.
This is the 6th station going up to the 14th and to the Calvary.
Church of Saint Mary, the Virgin.
Have you noticed something in here? After saying I do, both the bride and the groom would hold each other and promise to live together for better
Forever
or
or
worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. But here in Sagada, they go beyond that.
To the grave.
Look, I'll wait for you forever.
Yeah.
That's the meaning of this. So there's
there's a
actually
missing-
a reservation
Yeah, reserved
for the partner.
for the partner.
Before, they were hesitant to do because as if you are in a hurry for the widow to follow. But since somebody started and they noticed that it doesn't have any relation whether for the widow to live longer or shorter,
Mm.
so now everybody is doing it.
I didn't even know about that.
Another reason is actually here in Sagara it is free. So they take it a chance to build the tomb for the partner, because once they do not do it, there's a possibility that they will place another tomb near it. So where will
And
you
you
place
no
the
more
partner?
space, yeah.
That's actually the reason why they're doing this.
Very romantic.
Reno market business ng TikTok. Wala na ng TikTok na hinangihi ko.
Ay, siya.
In joke ko lang.
Ay, sus, ano panindigamot, ari. Yung samot iman.
So that's my explanation. So it's not only in Sagada where the broken hearts go.
Yeah.
There is still forever in here. Like what I've seen.
He said that
I'll wait for you
what he
forever.
explained a while ago became popular in TikTok. And now that's the reason why a lot of foreigners come over here in Sagada just to witness it. Is it true? So just like this one, Dakagan. Ah. Bakagan na? Ay, Dakagan.
Dagakan.
Ay, Dagakan.
It might be the child or
The child. This
brother
is,
or sister.
yeah.
But usually now they are partners. But actually there are instances when the widow remarry and the partner doesn't allow. It's not, they no longer bring it here.
Mm. Ah. Ay, Sus. Brother, you didn't step on the grave.
No.
Ah, that one.
So every November 1st, they usually light a torch. They do not use candle because actually that was adapted from the cultural practices that during burial they are using torch.
Colored. Labis abal.
So actually this area is where the nuns are being placed.
It's reserved. It is very romantic. All of them are holding stick.
Susukod kayo ay nali.
Ay, nakagunda amin si Patpatong.